Amber.
Hi, Meghan.
Welcome to Bad Movies Rock.
Thank you, Meghan. Meghan, welcome to Bad Movies Rock, where I have decided it is time to do an AAA.
Okay. What is this AAA you speak of?
It's an Ask Amber Anything. Meghan, what would you like to know about me? When you have me. You have my undivided attention here this evening.
Sure.
You can gaze virtually into my orbs of soul.
Yes, your eye holes, yeah.
And ask me anything. What's a burning question you have on your mind in this moment?
Oh boy. How are you today, Amber?
Wow, that is some weak sauce.
Yeah.
That's some fucking I gave you the keys. I gave you the keys to the lockbox that is my brain. Mm-hmm. And you sort of just like tossed them behind you and said, I'm not that interested.
Or maybe I'm just very interested in how you are today.
Are you, though?
I am.
Really?
Yes.
I'm fine, thank you.
Great.
Well, that was riveting. Thanks.
Do I get another one?
No.
Oh,
no,
man.
I didn't say ask me anything ad nauseum. I gave you a question. As far as you knew, you didn't even clarify how many wishes you had before you used up your initial wish on, hey, could I have like some white bread, please?
Yeah. I see what I did.
Didn't even ask for a Sammy.
No, I did not. Or for more wishes.
You fool. You simple fool. Well, Meghan, in a
Yes,
way,
Amber.
I've already delivered your heart's desire because today we watched a movie together.
Yes, we did, Amber.
I'm assuming that was a laugh of acknowledgement of the truth of my statement.
Yes. We watched The Transporter.
Oh, have we forgiven Jason Statham for those that shall not be
2002.
named?
Yeah.
Did you just 2002 me, motherfucker?
Yeah.
There are television shows.
There are. Yes, there are.
But we clearly watched a movie and thus did not require that kind of clarity.
Sure. So 2002's The Transporter. We came around. Here's the thing, Amber. This is what we did.
Oh, you're going to explain me to me? Please do.
We watched The Raid a couple days ago. And so
Friday Night Fight Night, obviously.
Friday Night Fight Night. And it is hard to get out of the it's hard to watch anything other than kind of an action punchy movie when you have watched The Raid recently.
It gets you into a certain groove of both craving fights and needing fights. I would say that there is a level of addiction here, not to suggest and belittle and diminish true addiction. It's more of a dumb addiction in that I want a thing and therefore I crave that thing. And I've convinced myself anything else simply will not do.
Yep. And therefore we decided, well, let's see if we can forgive Statham for his past trespasses.
For some reason, I was thinking of this movie while watching clearly better movies. The Raid is champagne. The Raid is caviar.
It's beautiful.
The Raid is the Amalfi Coast. The Raid is a pinnacle of fight movie.
Yes.
The Transporter is what America and Hollywood think is a good fight movie. It's what the 2000s sent us. A white guy doing okay martial arts. It's the 2000 version of Steven Seagal. Not surprising that he was mentioned by the critics in their blurbies.
Right. Yes, true.
Statham is good. Yeah. Statham is competent.
Statham is good. Yeah. It's actually technically a French action thriller.
Indeed. Yeah, no, I know. It's Leterrier and Besson.
Yes, but you were talking about what we as the Americans expect from it. Yes.
What
absolutely.
shall succeed in the States as an action movie? What shall garner our attention? I mean, The Raid is a beautiful, beautiful film. Not as widely disseminated in these here U.S. states.
Yeah.
Probably because it has subtitles. Oh my gosh. No. No, I have to read. It's not in the English.
Don't worry, folks. There's not many because it's not a plot-driven movie.
Oh, you mean in The Transporter? I was talking about The Raid.
No, that's The Raid. I mean, there's not a lot of... Yeah. There's not a ton to read because there's
dialogue.
There is dialogue, yes, but it's not like a page turner. There's a
Wow. Jeez.
I don't know what I mean by that.
Just throwing shade at a movie that we're not even talking about today. Today we're talking about The Transporter. Meghan.
We are. Yes, Amber.
This is a film you've seen before, but it's been a while, so you didn't remember a lot of it.
I remembered the first bit of it and forgot all the rest of it.
So let me refresh your memory after having just watched it.
Please do.
By forcing you to play the game Which is Which is Which is Which, in which I shall give you the summaries from Metacritic, IMDb, Amazon, and Amber, and you shall tell me which is which is which is which.
Okay.
We begin. A former Special Forces operative who runs a criminal delivery enterprise discovers he's carrying human cargo in this high-octane thriller.
Oh, okay.
2. Dangerous complications ensue when a former U.S. Special Forces soldier turned expatriate mercenary is hired to kidnap the feisty daughter of a lethal Chinese cook who's smuggling his fellow countrymen into France.
Okay.
Now, just a quick aside. Is any of that accurate?
I'm trying to,
So, dangerous complications,
no.
Yes.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
U.S. Special Forces soldier, he's British.
He's clearly British, yes.
So there's that.
Yeah, she's not a cook. She says she's a cook.
We're not even there.
Sorry. Yes.
Is hired to kidnap.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's hired to transport.
She's pre-kidnapped at this point.
Right.
He's just the driver. He doesn't even know it's a person at first.
Does not. Nope.
Feisty daughter, sure. Yes. Of a lethal Chinese cook. So I don't know if you noticed that they weren't describing her as a cook.
Oh, yeah.
They were describing her as the daughter of a lethal cook.
That is just categorically wrong. Okay.
Smuggling his fellow countrymen into France, kind of downplaying the whole human slavery element. Like, the smuggling suggests that he's, helping them enter France.
Right. He is not. No, he seems to be selling them into human slavery.
Yes. So, not as far as we can tell a U.S. Special Forces soldier, because he's British, did not kidnap this person.
Yeah.
Her father is not a cook?
No, her father is definitely not a cook.
And smuggling is different from slavery.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Although, smuggling and slavery could go hand in hand. He's smuggling slaves in, but it's sort of... So that one's wild to me. We don't usually stop and admire how off synopsis is, but that one was spectacular.
That's pretty off. Yep.
3. Frank Martin, who transports packages for unknown clients, is asked to move a package that soon begins moving and complications arise.
Okay.
So the transports was in quotes here?
Yeah, I saw you do air quotes. It's in real quotes, eh?
But he does do that, though. He
does. No, that's
the
not,
literal definition of...
That's what he actually does.
Transports packages.
That is actually what he does.
I'm not really sure why that was in quotes.
Yeah.
And I like that he transports packages, and a package begins moving. And so they double down on the word package.
Right.
And it's poorly written in so many ways. I love these. I don't know if I've really expressed my admiration for how bad these are and how wonderful that is.
This is pretty delightful. Okay.
All right. You ready? Ready for the fourth one?
I think so.
Okay. Frank Martin runs his less-than-legal transport business with precision and panache by never straying from his 3 simple rules. The deal is the deal, no names, and never look at the package. But when a delivery begins moving and he breaks rule number 3, we learn that Frank's competence and success were really, really contingent on his ability to plan ahead. The man just falls apart when it's time to improvise. For reals, if the lady he found in that trunk bag hadn't decided to stick around, he would be super dead. Maybe in jail, but probably dead.
Yeah, that's the truest of them all.
So, Meghan.
Oh, boy, this
which
is
which
rough.
is which is which? Oh, yeah, this is not an easy one.
Yeah, part of me thinks they're all Amazon, and you just found multiple
3 different
places.
versions with each one summary worse than the last.
Yeah. Amazon's so okay. I'm not sure here. Let's go with IMDb, Metacritic, Amazon. No.
1 for 3.
Okay.
Is
it Amazon first?
It was Amazon first.
Really?
Amazon was the sane one.
Really, I when you went with the quotes, I thought that's really interesting because for me it was Amazon was the second or the third.
Nope,
it was not the first.
Amazon was the first.
Wow,
it was the same one. The one that was just completely wrong and said that her father was a cook was Metacritic.
Yeah,
and the quotes was IMDb.
Interesting.
It would be like saying a movie about a doctor where he practices medicine.
Yeah. Huh.
Where he heals the sick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's driving a thing from one place to another, and
he does transport things.
That's transport. It's called the transporter. That was accurate.
He does do those things, yeah.
Fascinating.
Wow, okay, well.
This has been an upsetting game of which is which.
It has been. And technically, I was 2 for 4.
Well, you didn't actually finish.
Oh, Amber.
Guessing.
Amber's the fourth one.
Say Amber.
Amber, 4. 4 is Amber. 4 is Amber.
I guess I'll give it to you.
Yes.
Well, Megan, now that we're firmly ensconced in the mythology of the transporter, thanks to those delightful summaries, let's move into the Critics' Corner.
Yeah. What did Metacritic have to say, Amber?
51 for the critics, 73 for the users.
54 for the critics, 73 for the audience. At yield Rotten Tomatoes.
It's not terrible. And for a movie like this, that's pretty par for the course without being terribly offensive.
Yeah.
But I think, as usual, they're missing some lovely things that they did not draw attention to with their blurbies. And there is a lot of mentions of this being too much fighting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little hard when we're comparing things to The Raid, which is essentially 95% fighting, but...
But why would I be mad at that?
That's a good point.
The positive reviews, one from Kim Morgan at The Oregonian says it's a blending of international film sensibilities. France meets Hollywood meets Hong Kong with a very cool anti-hero protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, on the last part, but it very much does kind of blend those things. You've definitely got a Luc Besson-Leterrier movie here that definitely simplifies things, dumbs it down, and puts a white guy in front of it for Hollywood. And then kind of the escalating action set pieces, it's a watered down version of a Jackie Chan movie.
Yes.
Or a Jet Li movie, or, something. And Statham is competent, but he's a white guy, so they're comparing him to Van Damme and Seagal.
Right.
Either saying, it's a better movie than what they would make, or it's a worse movie that they would never make. I think the thing that surprised me the most, and they must have come out at the same time, were the comparisons to Triple X.
Oh, interesting.
They did not like Triple X.
Oh, and they said so in the Transporter reviews, eh?
Definitely got in some shots against Triple X while saying that this was, it's not great, but at least it's better than this. I think we've got Andy Klein of the Dallas Observer. What's most disappointing is the utter lack of humor. I disagree. They definitely were not taking themselves seriously.
No. Yeah.
In this mindless action sweepstakes, I'm not sure how sweepstakes fits there.
Yeah.
However, there's still enough here to place the transporter above big bang gibberish like Triple X. Okay, Andy. The other one, which was even more of a personal attack, not just against Triple X, but Vin Diesel himself.
Okay.
William Arnold of the Seattle Post-Intelligencer. Will Statham make it as an action hero? Hard to say. Oh, is it, Bill? You're going to be very disappointed in yourself.
Yeah. Things that don't age well. This review.
His personality makes Vin Diesel look positively debonair. Oh, wait. This is I was wrong. This is actually a stank against Statham. Vin Diesel looks debonair compared to Statham.
Okay.
My apologies. I had misremembered it. So this is putting some stank on Stath and making the D's look like a rose.
Interesting, because from Jeffrey Lyles, I have that this is silky smooth action thanks to Statham's turn as the debonair hero for the new generation. Oh, it's funny that debonair came up again.
Debonair does come up again, but it's now ascribing it to Jason Statham.
Amber. Yeah,
I don't know what those noises were,
and I'm not sure, especially after we put our own you know, we put our own kind of vision on top of the movie. It's really hard to think of Jason Statham as debonair now in this movie.
We sort of ruined that for ourselves.
We kind of made that not work anymore. But
okay, I would say in the action scenes,
yes,
there's a debonair flair, a lot of competence, and I would say in the beginning of the movie, the first transpo. Mm-hmm. Very sure, debonair. Let's go with that. There were some mentions of Bond movies that seemed to be a. I
could see that at least, maybe for very specific chunks of it. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, some people really applauded the fact that it had Hong Kong fight scene sensibilities. Some people said it moved too fast and it was too many kicks and punches, and I didn't like how much action there was.
It really, like, seriously, after watching some Jackie Chan, after watching The Raid, like, this seemed like slow motion to me.
It did. It's funny.
Given our recent film viewings.
And it's not like you can say that it's a factor of age. The Raid is newer, but Rumble in the Bronx is older. Yeah, that's the first one we done watched.
It is.
So, their usual nonsense aside, I would say one thing in particular is missing.
Yeah, weird. They only seem to mention Statham when really there are two big people in this movie, big main.
Yeah, were you aware that he had a co-star who was in the movie with him for quite a bit of it?
Yeah, weird.
Did you notice?
Mention her?
Did you notice there was no mention of this human person who shared the screen with him for most of the movie?
For most of the movie, yeah, odd.
When he wasn't fighting,
right. Yeah.
Not a single mention of the character Lai, played by actor Shu Qi, who was delightful.
She was amazing.
Elevated this movie beyond a level 50 for me.
Yes.
With her presence and with the character that she got to play. She did a great job. And honestly, I wasn't mad at her role. In that, I hate how exceptional that is. That, a female character in a 2000s, or really any time, action movie, especially a woman of color, is kind of written okay and is not a damsel in distress / sex object without agency and really doesn't play a role except to be sexy and in need of saving. Her character is not that. So she does a great job. And I don't have to watch that nonsense.
Yeah.
Why aren't you telling me this? Metacritic blurbs? Why aren't you shouting this from the rooftops? Because you should be as surprised as I am. Oh, wait, you don't care. I'm sorry. I forgot. You super don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. She is not mentioned in any of the highlighted Rotten Tomatoes reviews.
Freaking once.
Yeah. Yep.
So once again, critics, no. I mean, I guess if you did your jobs well, we'd be out of a job, which is what I'm calling this podcast that we do for no money and advertise not at all and really just make for our friends. Moving on. Meghan.
Yes. Amber.
What'd you think of this film?
Yeah, I was just delighted by this movie. I had forgotten kind of everything that happens after the package, her as the package is delivered. And it's really then that it starts to really shine. Yeah, delightful.
It's true.
Yes.
I agree. Action is good. Yeah. Statham is competent.
He is.
Both as, an action star and in the physicality of the scenes.
Yep, they do some ridiculous things, which is fun.
They do.
He has a grease fight at one point.
They escalate the fights nicely. Yeah,
I would say, the first car chase is really fun. The final truck chase is a lot less fun.
Yeah, I got bored.
Kind of boring, but
I don't know why, but I definitely got bored.
Yeah.
So, action aside, two main focuses for me. And the action is obviously a highlight, but
sure,
we have Shu Qi's character Lai. And then we have the Ballad of Frank Martin himself.
Oh, yes.
Where would you like to start?
Well, okay. like you said, in the very beginning, he has this very Bond-like moment where he's very calm and collected. He's a transporter. What he does is move things from one place to another. He doesn't seem to care what he's moving. He begins by essentially being the getaway car for some bank robbers, and he will just sit in the car and tell them that he's not going to change the deal, and they have too much weight in the car until they shoot one of their compatriots and shove him out of the car.
Mm-hmm. And he's not just being a stickler.
No, he's got reasons.
He's got reasons. Everything is planned out to a T. It was supposed to be 4 men who weighed a certain amount, and he adjusted the shocks in the car to be able to handle that amount of weight while he made his getaway from the police. If they had too much weight, they would not be able to make their getaway. If they shoot him, they cannot drive the car because it has an activation code that they do not know. Everything is calm, collected, and planned to a T. He can flip his license plate with the push of a button. Like, it is...
It's fun. It's like a fun way to open the movie because you're like, okay, he's calm, he's collected, he's got this under control. He's not worried that he's wasting time because he's got to tell these folks he doesn't. Rule number 1: you don't change the deal, Amber.
Yep. It really is. It's the calm in the face of their chaos. You know, they're high on adrenaline. They just robbed someplace. Yeah. They've got masks on. They've got guns. The police are chasing them. They're amped. They shoot the guy. They push him out. And then he's just driving calmly driving fast through tiny streets, cops chasing him, doing everything with just a plum. So precise, so perfect.
Yeah.
While they're screaming and yelling and vomiting, and he's just the eye of the storm, fully in control. And you think this is Frank.
Yeah, and apparently Jason Statham did almost all the driving during these car chase scenes.
That seems so dangerous.
Doesn't it, though? Mm-hmm.
Huh. It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, because, I mean, it was very impressive driving.
Yeah. Yeah, fun car antics that they get up to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then
I'm into it.
Even when he finishes the drop-off and refuses to, again, change the deal, he's home. He's cleaning the gray matter off of his car, and he's changing out the license plate perfectly in his garage, getting everything just so. Cop shows up, grills him, calmly. Like, black BMW was a getaway car. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, isn't it? Well, guess I can't pin anything on you. Guess you can't. It's a very...
It's trying to be cat and mouse-ish.
But it's casual, and everybody kind of knows the other person knows more than they're saying, but they can't prove anything. And there's some mutual respect. They've clearly had this conversation before, or some version of it. Yeah. And you think, man, this guy's in control. Mm-hmm. He's got it all together.
Yep. The other ridiculous thing you see is Frank watching the news, where he finds that these bank robbers got into a car accident and got caught, and the news literally says, if it weren't for the poor driving, they would have gotten away with blah, 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 £1,000,000 or whatever it was. Yeah. Pretty great that they identified specifically bad car driving as the reason that they...
So we're really introduced to just a man who's in control, a man who's got a plan, a man who is unafraid. Mm-hmm. And we're ready for our next job.
Yeah,
meets a guy in a bar, gets the dimensions and the weight of a package. He's told where to bring it. Rule number 2, we learn. If rule number 1, deal's the deal. We don't change the deal. Rule number 2, no names.
He doesn't fucking care what your name is. He's not going to tell you his name. Who cares who he's delivering it to? Doesn't matter. He's just the driver.
Just the driver. Okay, cool, great. We see the package put in his trunk. He goes on his he goes on his merry way. And Meghan.
Everything's ruined, Amber. I believe you said life is in fact chaos, and you cannot predict chaos.
You simply can't.
He gets a flat tire.
Curse you, universe. Always edging towards entropy.
And this is where we see Frank start to, his rules that he's been living by. A little chaos is thrown his way, and he
He
can't help it. He looks at the package, Amber.
You see some cracks.
Changing his tire.
You see some cracks. Well, in his defense, he has to go into the trunk to get a changed tire, and the package moves.
He seems unfazed initially. And then when he's on his refreshment stop, which he has built in to his planned day.
Yep. The schedule always includes a refreshment stop, yes.
Exactly. He realizes that there's a person in the trunk of his car who has probably almost died of dehydration from being in a hot trunk of a car for several hours.
Yeah, presumably it's a long drive. So Frank, at this point, still going to deliver the package.
Sure.
But realizes, okay, it's alive. It's a person. Person needs to drink or they die, right? That's a thing I know. That's like the one thing they definitely need.
I'm drinking.
I'm drinking.
Because I'm
I'm
alive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, how do I get them? Well, I'll have to look in the package to get them some drink. Okay. But I can do that. And then I just put them right back in the package.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay. This is fine. This is good. And then he continues on. Opens. It's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
He just makes a tiny little slit in the duct tape across her mouth, sticks a straw in it. She drinks a little. He continues on. Okay. No harm, no foul. The package is still going to go to his destination.
Yep. The package now has to pee, Amber.
Oh, you gave it liquid and now it has to pee.
Yeah. And she gets to the heart of him by saying to him, "Do you want me to pee right here in your car?" In his car, Amber. Oof. His car, that seems to be his weak point there.
It's immaculate.
You don't threaten his car.
It's his office. Yeah. It's his temple.
Yes.
You can't. Human waste. No. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, okay. That's fine. He's got some rope. So, okay. We have to untie her because she's going to walk into the woods for privacy. And then I guess I'll loosely tie the rope around her neck and then let her disappear off into the woods.
Frank, it feels like you're improvising and you're not.
No. This makes sense because now I have her on the end of a rope.
But she's got her hands free. She can just...
No, but she can't get away if I have it around her, right? And
yeah, but she can... You didn't tie it. You put it like a sliding... a slip knot so that...
Yeah, so if she tries to get away, it'll tighten, and then I can pull her back.
No, but if she... Anyway, she gets away.
Yeah, apparently you can just lift that right off your head with your unbound hands. Okay, Frank, that was an interesting... thing you did. Well, he chases her down. He puts her back in the trunk.
Lai makes a run for it because she knows you have the chance, you got to run.
She makes a good run too.
She does, yeah.
Very proud of Lai.
Yeah.
He gets her, puts her in the trunk, delivers her. No harm, no foul. It's fine.
Well,
It's fine.
There's a slight. I mean, there's a little slight harm.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
You see, when he's carrying Lai on his shoulders up back to the car, he'd parked his car, I guess, off the side of the road, and two police officers were checking out that parked car.
Oh.
And were a little confused why he was carrying a bound woman up the hill to an open trunk.
Right. Okay, so... Well, this is cool, though, because we get to see that he's good with hand-to-hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And he very, very handily dispatches and knocks out these police officers. And he goes to his default thing, which is put into trunk.
Wow.
You have something, you put it into the trunk.
So
now he's got 3 people in the back of his trunk.
So his solution is 2 unconscious police officers in his trunk along with Lai. Okay. I'm starting to feel like maybe he's not as competent as he seemed in the beginning, but okay.
Well, his competence lies in his own planning, Amber.
I'm sure he'll figure out what to do with the unbound, temporarily unconscious cops, though.
Never does.
No, but he will. He will. No, Meghan, it's great. We haven't given him a chance to think it through. Okay.
Yeah, sure. He hasn't had time.
He's got to finish his initial delivery, which he does. And upon completion, the guy's like, okay, 1, very creepy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unnecessarily creepy bad guy.
Yes.
Played by Matt Schultz.
Yep. and is nicknamed Wall Street.
Did you know that was his character's name?
Because didn't know.
If I did, I would have laughed.
Betancourt, I think.
I guess. Amazing. Yeah, Wall Street. Great. Wants him to do, another quick job. He hands him a briefcase, pays him some money. He's like, can you take it to this address? Statham's, sure. Why not? I can do that.
Statham's still asking for the weight. He sees the briefcase right in front of him. Yeah. It's pretty great.
You think at first, he's just a precise guy. I think what I know about Frank by the end of this movie, he can't help himself. He needs to ask that question.
Yeah. It's part of the ritual.
Okay. All right. So we've got 2 cops in the trunk. He stops for a refreshment break. And you think, okay, he's figuring this out. He knows what he's going to do with these cops. He's getting more Orangina and 2 straws. So he's just going to do the same thing he did with Lai. He's just going to give them some juice.
Something to drink? Okay.
They've seen your face. You've knocked them out. They're in your... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Maybe there's another step from here. Oh, wait, the car blew up. I guess we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, Frank is lucky that Betancourt sent a exploding bomb as the package, rather than, Because, and interestingly enough, at some point, Betancourt comes back and says, well, you lied, you looked at the package. But by the time, when Betancourt gave the bomb to Frank, he had no idea that Frank had looked at the package.
I mean, it's possible they had checked her out and seen that there was a tiny little slit in her duct tape, and maybe they figured it out, but it was a pretty quick turnaround time to here's the package, okay, here's a bomb.
Here's another, yeah.
But,
anyway.
It doesn't matter. Okay, all right. So, so the cop situation has been solved, but his car has just been blown up by the people he just delivered to.
Oh, he's so mad.
Okay. I mean, I can understand... Kind of, they think he's dead, and they tried to kill him. So you would think, okay, you could walk away.
Sure.
Or you could seek revenge.
And you could plan. I mean, one thing you could do is, they think you're dead, so why not take a little bit of time to plan and get your revenge on?
Yeah. Make sure Wall Street is in the building when you siege it. Is that what Frank does?
No, he just goes right at him. Just right at him.
Literally rings the doorbell and just kicks the door down and just starts punching people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good action scene.
Oh, very much so. It is excellent. Fun. At the time, it was one of the best I'd seen.
Yes.
I had not watched enough martial arts movies at this time.
Of course not. No.
But it was quite good. Music was good. It was bouncy trip hop and taking people out, trying to do non-lethal, leg shots, knocking people unconscious.
Yep.
Axe fight. That's fun.
Yep. Fun axe fight, yes.
Turns out Wall Street / Betancourt not in the building.
Yeah, so Frank, gets where he is and heads to where he is? Or
No, at this point he just steals a car? I guess...
Oh, he lost a car, so he needs a car.
Yeah, so it kind of seems like his thought process was blow up car, need car, need revenge. Punch, Betancourt not here, just get car now, and drive home. Drive home with car.
Yeah, is he defrosted caveman lawyer, Amber?
Kind of. I think Frank's brain defaults to defrosted caveman lawyer when he doesn't have his plan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lai, who has been tied to a chair that rolls, has managed inexplicably to roll herself out of the room she was being kept in and into the back of this car before Frank took it.
Yes.
Good on her.
Yeah, very good on her. Great job, Lai.
When Frank sees her back there, how does he process this information, Meghan?
Well, he does a couple different things. First, he thinks, I wanted a car. I didn't want a package anymore. So he takes her out of the car and leaves her on the road, still tied to a chair.
Okay, that does solve the immediate issue.
Except then he's kind of looking at her in his rearview mirror as he drives away and realizes, I can't just leave her in there. So he puts her in the trunk because, Default, put into trunk.
Why the trunk at this point? Do you think
because
if he's taking her along with him, you would think he needs, I don't know, information, an next course of action?
Yeah.
Just the trunk.
No, that's what he does. He puts his packages into the trunk.
Okay, fair. Okay, that is the default. So presumably he has a few hours on this drive to then decide what to do with this young woman.
One would think, and yet, he brings her to his very own home.
Sure.
Still tied to a chair.
Okay.
And then asks her about 2 questions in his kitchen, and then just kind of lets her loose in his own house and goes to sleep.
Okay. Okay. So he's a criminal who drives for other criminals, who drove her to a place, then almost got blown up. 2 cops did get blown up. And he went back to that place, beat up a bunch of guys without killing them. They all have seen his face.
Oh, they know exactly who he is.
And he takes the thing that he delivered to them that they tried to blow him up for. And so he makes her a bowl of noodles, asks her what her name is and if he's in deep shit, and then goes to bed?
Yeah, he can't think well when he's tired, Amber.
And he just unties her and goes to bed. Because she can't eat noodles with her hands bound. Okay. And he tells her straight up he doesn't care if she stays or goes.
Yeah, she asks, can I go? And he's like, yeah, whatever.
What? So a cop already is suspicious of him and knows the car he drives. That car has been blown up with 2 cops in it. He has stolen another car that he drove through a gate that now has significant damage on the front end. Yeah. And he has a woman
in his very own garage. Yes.
He has a woman who was bound and gagged and placed in a bag in the back of his trunk that he delivered and then decided to bring to his house. He knows nothing about her other than her first name. And so she's just loose in his house. And his plan is sleepy times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's tired.
Frank is tie-tie, so it's not time to plan and ask questions.
Nope, he cannot handle it. and this is where we kind of like really, Amber and I broke the case of like, oh, I see. He's not capable of improvising. The reason why he has his rules is he cannot take things as they come. He needs to have a plan. At this point, we also, or at some point, we learn that he's ex-military, and so he's lived in this world of rules, and he's left this world of rules, and I think he's having a hard time thinking on his onesies here, Amber.
Yeah, it turns out. Well, he didn't like being told what to do because sometimes it was bullshit and the people in charge were dicks. He really needed someone to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Or be given a lot of time up front to plan things out and make the rules. Because without those things, he does stuff like breaking down a door, stealing a car, not reporting his car that exploded with 2 cops in it stolen, and leaving a random woman loose in his house while he goes to sleep. Okay, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm sure with some sleep, you'll come up with better plans.
He doesn't really, though.
No. But thank goodness, Lai decides to stick around.
Lai's there, yeah. Yep.
At this point, Lai kind of takes control, but
she realized,
on the sly, in a great way. She, snoops through his house and learns he's military, as you said. And at that point, quietly, without us knowing, decides, okay, this guy would make a great tool in the thing I'm trying to accomplish. So how do I manage him?
Yes. Yep. I got to get him on my side.
Like,
so I've got to keep him out of jail.
Definitely got to keep him out of jail.
So
when the inspector shows up, he's asking questions about the exploded car that was definitely his that had 2 cops in it.
That Frank says was stolen, but didn't report was stolen.
It was going to be the first thing he took care of.
First
that
thing
day,
on his
though.
to-do list. Yeah, for sure.
Lai is just disarming. She's playing, the partner and the cook. She made madeleines. She's being sweet. And when the inspector goes to inspect the damaged BMW, or the damaged Mercedes, the stolen Mercedes front end, Lai cleverly distracts him.
Yes.
Just before he's about to look at the front end.
Yes.
Thanks, Lai.
Yeah, pretty great.
Statham!
Good job, Lai.
Frank has nothing. Frank can't.
No.
He's got...
No. He's just agreeing to what the inspector is saying. Inspector Tarsoni, maybe, played by Francois Birdland, who is great. He's like he feels like a very almost not exactly Columbo, but Columbo-esque kind of like is kind of playing dumb, but knows a lot more than he's saying, and very calm and collected. Doesn't push, but knows what's going on.
Yep. It is.
Yeah.
Is very clearly saying, dude, I know you're a criminal, but usually you're better than this. Usually you keep things quiet.
Yeah,
this
usually
isn't
you
quiet.
don't. Yeah. Usually you don't make a lot of trouble. You just do a thing, and we're kind of letting it go because we also, Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So I have a thing that a bunch of criminals want that they tried to blow me up over. They know my face, and I beat a bunch of them up, but didn't kill any of them except for one who tried to shoot me. So I'm just going to hang out in my house with the thing they want.
In my very own house.
In my home without... Wait, it just got quiet. That's weird.
Yeah, too quiet.
Missile launcher, bullets, explosions. Obviously, you idiot.
Yeah. One thing I learned
doing,
from
Frank?
Yeah. One thing I learned from IMDb is they actually cut a scene where Frank batted away one of the missiles with a tea tray.
Awesome.
Because Jason Statham didn't think it was believable enough, so he had them get rid of that scene.
That would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty great, though.
Also true. Yeah.
Yeah. Must have believableness happening.
Must have believableness happening. Luckily.
He had a plan.
He had a plan for this. If somebody attacked him in his own home, he had a plan. So this goes off perfectly without a hitch.
Yes. Yep. He lives on the water. He has scuba gear. Apparently he has a splitter and an extra pair of flippers and respirator. Okay. Doesn't seem to usually have friends around, but sure.
Let's just swallow that pill.
Yep. And he goes to his safe house.
Completely,
contingencies, Amber.
Complete underwater escape. Perfect. Perfect stuff. Excellent. Lai is in tow, of course. And he's getting frustrated. He's thinking, you've ruined my life. You kind of ruined your own life there, Frank. And he's just stressed out. He's done. So what does our clever Lai do?
Oh, she seduces him.
She sexes him good.
Yep.
She sexes him good.
Yeah, just need to take it down a few notches there, Frank.
Calm down, Frank. And when she kisses him, he's, whoa, what are you doing? She's like, you're right. Like, I've kind of brought a lot of chaos to your life. I'm trying to make it worth it. Let's just have sex. What do you think, man?
Yep.
Sex it is.
Sex it is.
Fucking yeah, Lai.
Yeah, go get him.
Okay, and yeah, all right. I see what you're doing, and I like it. Just manage his stress.
Yeah.
Lai really wants to save a bunch of people who are stuck in shipping containers that are being smuggled by a bad man. We assume Wall Street. She claims her father is on it. He's not. He's actually the one smuggling them. But we don't know this for a bit. Lai wants Statham to help because he's clearly very competent.
Very competent when he has some time to think about it.
Or if it's just fighting. He's very good with fighting.
He can do fighting.
He can totally do fighting.
It's the talking. He's got, Amber, he's not the face man of the D&D group. His charisma's pretty low.
Super low.
But his, strength and dexterity.
Very high.
Off the charts.
Yeah. Well, they have to meet with the inspector anyway. And when he leaves,
because they made a meeting plan, so they've got to do it.
Yep. The appointment was made before the house was exploded. The inspector is aware that happened. This is when Lai really gets at the top of her game. You start to see that
she
this
shines,
cutesy, kind of sweet thing, pretty calculated. But still, she's still very sweet, but it was all with intent. As soon as the inspector leaves the room, she's on his computer, looking up the information for Wall Street, finds his picture, gets his information, prints it out, wants Statham to help. Statham doesn't want to help. But he kind of has to once she tells him about the shipping containers, because she knows he couldn't leave her on the roadside. Right. So she has to know that he can't leave 400 people in shipping containers.
Right. Yes.
They go to the office, shit goes bad, but lie. You think the inspector comes back to his computer, sees the pictures up, knows what they've been up to.
Right. And I thought for a moment, I even was like, lie would be better than this. She would take that off.
She did it on purpose.
She did it on purpose.
As an insurance
policy. Yeah, covering all the bases. Like,
if
Frank's not gonna do it, then I'll get this inspector to help.
Exactly. So there's a standoff. She wants them to tell them the number of the shipping container, and then her dad comes in, and she's not willing to shoot him because he's still her father. But then she turns to Wall Street, points the gun in his head. It says, you have 10 seconds and 2 choices. The number of the shipping container or your brains on the desk. Fuck, lie. Jesus.
She's intense, and it's fantastic.
It doesn't go their way. And Statham winds up getting arrested instead of killed because the inspector shows up just in time. Fuck.
Right.
Yes, lie. You are so good at this.
Yep.
Damn.
We also, this is where we find out that her father is actually behind all of this.
And apparently a cook.
Well, so says Metacritic. Yeah. And so Frank is taken to the police station, and there we find out, like, we get solid proof that the inspector knows everything Frank's been doing. He's like, please just level with me. You can't keep feeding me the same story. Like, you need to tell me the truth and what's happening so that I can help. Because the inspector kind of knows what's going on. Frank tells him. And essentially, my guess here is that the inspector... Well, we see the inspector leave the door of the cell open for Frank. My guess is that the inspector kind of walks Frank on what to do, because Frank can't really think on his feet. So the inspector says, what you're going to do is you're going to, here is my gun. You're going to threaten me with it so that you can leave. And then we'll get in my car. And Frank says, oh, and I'll put you in the trunk of your car? And the inspector says, I guess.
It really did seem that way. It really did seem he had to lead him by the nose into doing the thing he had to do to help the people in the shipping containers. Meghan, what was his plan for finding the people in the shipping containers? How did Frank improvise that shit?
Well, so Frank, first of all, gets into a boat. So he has a safe house. He also has a boat that has all kinds of, like, guns and stuff, and apparently also a stethoscope, because his plan is to go to the shipping yard and listen to each container, of the thousands of containers, with a stethoscope to see if he can hear the people inside them.
Oh my God, Frank.
Yeah.
How are you this bad thinking on...
And then he sees Betancourt and just follows that.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Oh, those ones.
Thank freaking goodness.
Yep.
Oh boy, Frank. Oh boy. Okay, well, it doesn't matter because he's not here for his brains. Definitely not here for his brains. He's here for his body. This is when we just have a series of cool-ass fights on buses in Greece with different people. He's got some cool moves. There's a moment where he uses a guy as a human shield and then steals the last breath from his lungs because he's underwater.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's good.
It's pretty great, yeah.
He makes friends with a crop dusting pilot that he holds at gunpoint and parachutes onto a moving truck. It's a whole thing, and it's fine.
There are some good things leading up. Like, the Grease fight is fun. Apparently, it was actually molasses, so it was actually super sticky rather than it's so gross. So that's interesting. But like you said, when we actually get to the fight with the truck, once he gets on top of the truck, that's all kind of like meh. Swerving trucks and fighting by climbing the truck. Yeah, it's like meh. I don't know.
But Frank finally gets to shine. For blundering around in the movie, Frank finally gets to shine.
He does it.
He manages to take control of the truck, and then parks it, and then is immediately held at gunpoint by Lai's father, who takes him off to be executed and sends his daughter off with another man to be controlled until he can talk some sense into her.
Right.
So Frank, he's got a plan though, right? Frank can handle this. He's a man of action.
Well, he grabs a rock.
And then he does something with that rock to get out of the situation.
No.
He's being held at gunpoint, and he uses the rock to stop the...
No, he has to be saved by Lai. Lai comes and shoots her own father.
He didn't do anything with the rock he picked up?
No, he's literally about to die, and he's still holding the rock. And he actually thinks he's been shot, because, it's one of those things where the gunshot goes off, and you're wondering who got shot. Yeah, he still does nothing with the rock. Even.
Frank.
Yeah.
So Lai literally saves his life. She has to take out the guy that's guarding her, and then has to kill her dad. That is rough. And Frank just sort of stands there like an idiot.
Yep, that's his plan. He has a rock in his hand.
He's got a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Fuck, Frank.
Yeah.
How?
He needs Lai. That's what happens, Amber.
Boy, oh boy, just one thing goes wrong and it all goes so badly because he cannot make good choices outside of his own constraints of rules and plans. Meanwhile, Lai is just all up in it. Okay, I found this guy. I'm going to get these people free. I'm going to lead him around by his nose. I'm going to have a good time. Oh, I'm going to have to shoot my father. I'm going to save his life. I guess he helps, though, because he... Whew. Thank goodness for Lai. She's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, she's great. And that's what makes this movie shine, because she's interesting. And Statham is busy being Statham and is fun, because, that's fun.
Sure.
But like you said, she makes this movie interesting and elevates it to kind of above that 50% where we are seeing it.
Agreed.
Amber, what did you think of this movie? On the Rocks scale, regrettable, outstanding, crazeballs, or K, or solid?
I mean, there's crazeball in here, and I think it's more solid than K.
Yeah.
The scale is so perfect.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to argue with it. Yeah, I would go solid with some crazeballs moments and a little bit of outstanding for Lai at times. Just kind of her being a character who has a master plan that they don't spoon feed us, that we kind of learn at the end, oh, you orchestrated all of this, didn't you, Lai? That's awesome.
Yep. He does at one point sort of figure it out. He's like, you have been using me this whole time. He's like, was any of this real? So yeah, when we made love, that was kind of great. The sex was great. But then later, when he's whining as she's hacking the cop's computer, she's like, all you do is complain. Except when we made love, then you were silent. I can't even tell if that's a dig or her finally, thank goodness you shut your pretty mouth. At least once in our...
Yep.
Because I am not with you for your plans or your brains. I'm with you for your body.
Yes.
Quiet sex and you doing your action man thing were
and
good.
And some punches. Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Great.
Meghan, do you have an Issa story?
I went to pick up Abby from school. I took Maddie in her little tricycle, and so we walked to school. We pick up Abby, come home, and as we're walking to the school, which is a 5-minute walk, and almost the entire way you can hear Maddie, who's just kind of on her little tricycle, saying, "We're going to pick up Abby. We're going to pick up Abby. We're going to pick up Abby." Just all the way there. She's excited to pick up her big sister. It's adorable.
That's very sweet. And very cute. And maybe kind of creepy. I think if she said it in a particular way, "We're going to pick up Abby."
Well, now you're making it a horror movie, Amber.
Children singing is a horror movie.
I know. We know this from, horror movie previews. Yeah. Amber, do you have a recommendation?
God, I really don't. Let's be lazy and maybe do a thing that I've already done before, but since we mentioned it at the beginning of this episode, and it's sort of what inspired us to watch The Transporter, at least somewhat tangentially, and because we have implemented a new Friday night fight movie watching night, I shall recommend The Raid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to say Amber got it right.
I mean, we know this already about how amazing I am and wonderful. But can you just can you do it properly, just like a little bit, because I kind of need it.
Amber got it right.
Oh, there it is.
Oh boy, yeah. So, The Raid, it's on HBO Max right now. For if you have HBO Max, you can get it for free skis. It's delightful. Maybe our recommendation is to implement a Friday night fight night of your own, where you watch things like The Raid, because it's fantastic. It's not for the faint of heart, but it is very good and very action and blood centric. Fantastic choreography. Choreography?
Yeah, choreography.
Sure, that's how you say that word. And if you watch it with Michael, you will get all the puns in the world.
Yay! And after you watch The Raid, you can then watch The Raid 2. I haven't actually seen that yet.
Yes.
Friday night fight night
for this.
Can't come soon enough. Excellent. Well, Meghan, this has been delightful. I apologize. This was a bit more descripty than we've been trying to do of the movie plot. But it's hard to explain how truly incompetent Frank is without explaining how truly incompetent Frank is.
It's impressive. And you almost think they must have done it on purpose, but I don't think they did.
Because it's spectacular. He starts out so on top of things, and by the end, he's holding a rock that he never uses and has to be saved because he can't, Meghan. He just can't. He didn't have a plan for this.
No, he does not.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Meghan, have a good week this year.
Thank you, Amber. And I'll close this out, as I always do, with a shout out to that unused rock in Frank's hand. What's he going to do with that thing?
What the fuck was he going to do with that thing?
I don't know.
What was he waiting for?
What was he, like, it's almost, was he going to throw it? Was it going to be in his hand so he punched harder? Like, I don't think he needed to punch harder.
No, not at all.
He could have punched that guy out. He just had to get to him before he shot him. Anyway.
Maybe he was going to put it in front of where he thought the bullet would go to try and ricochet it.
Yeah, it could have been.
What was he going to do with that rock?
I don't know, Amber. Chekhov's rock that just gets... unused rock that just kind of... Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Bye, Meghan.
Bye, Amber.
You okay, Muppet? That was creepy and adorable. It's like he was haunted.